The final 48 hours of Sultan Mehmed VI before his exile. November 16, 1922, 04:17 a.m. In the basement of Yıldız Palace, a sultan rummages through his wardrobe with a forged passport provided by a British intelligence officer. Mehmed VI, the 36th and last sultan of the Ottoman Empire, is about to experience the cruelest escape of a 600-year-old dynasty. The story you are holding is compiled from file FO 371-7875, obtained from the British National Archives. The personal notes of General Charles Harington, the encrypted telegrams of MI6 agent Gerald Fitzmaurice in Istanbul, and the diary of Ali Fuad Bey, steward of Yıldız Palace. 3 different sources recount the same 48 hours from different angles, and all of them point to a single truth. 2 days before leaving his throne, the Sultan had already planned his escape. November 14, 1922, Sunday, 10:30 p.m. Dolmabahce Palace, Ceremonial Hall. Sultan Mehmed VI dines for the last time with British High Commissioner Sir Horace Rumbold. They are not alone at the table. According to palace protocol records, 6 others are present: 2 interpreters, a British consul, the Sultan's personal physician Dr. Rashid Pasha, and 2 guards. But in Fitzmaurice's report there is an intriguing detail. The Sultan did not bring his informers to the dinner. This was the first time in his 18-year reign. Why? November 15th, Monday, 06:45 a.m. Yıldız Palace, private apartments. The Sultan returns from Dolmabahce to Yıldız. From the diary of Ali Fuad Bey. His Majesty is very tense. He ate nothing at breakfast. At 7 o'clock he made a call via the private telephone line. I do not know the number, but the conversation was in English. In the Topkapi archive, Ledger 312, page 891, there is no transcript of this phone call. Because this line is not connected to the palace. It connects directly to a private line of the British Embassy, a Gibson brand telephone gifted by Sir Horace in 2021. 11:20 a.m. Minister of Finance Tevfik Bey comes to see the Sultan. What was discussed in the 47-minute meeting? Official records say state affairs, but in the memoir published in 1987 by Tevfik Bey's grandson Ahmet Tevfik Özkan, there is the following sentence. When my grandfather left the palace that day, he was crying. He told my mother, the Sultan bade me farewell. 4 p.m. Something happens in the garden of Yıldız Palace. A British intelligence report, section FO 371-7875, states, a truck was admitted through the entrance used by kitchen staff. There is no official record of this truck. Driver's name is Yusuf Kenan. Identity document is forged. This truck leaves the palace at 7:30 p.m. What is inside? Official records say kitchen supplies, but in Gerald Fitzmaurice's encrypted telegram there is this note. Heavy cargo, possibly personal items. Destination, British Embassy compound, Beyoğlu. Heavy cargo, possibly personal items. Destination, British Embassy, Beyoğlu. Was the Sultan moving his possessions 48 hours in advance?
November 15th, 1922, Monday, 11:15 p.m. Yıldız Palace, Harem Quarters. From Ali Fuad Bey's diary. Near midnight, His Majesty gathered all his wives and children. He had the door closed. He made a speech lasting 35 minutes. I was waiting outside. That night he ordered that everyone in the harem remain in their rooms. So what was discussed inside? In an interview given to the BBC in 1956, the Sultan's daughter Sabiha Sultan said, "That night my father told us, tomorrow I may not be here." But he did not say where he was going. He only said, "Be ready." November 16th, 1922, Tuesday, 2:30 a.m. Yıldız Palace, Sultan's residence. The British intelligence report detects abnormal activity in the rear garden of the palace at 2:30 a.m. 2 civilian vehicles enter through the staff entrance. What are the license plates? Istanbul 34K1179. This plate belongs to the British consulate. 03:15 a.m. That moment, Sultan Mehmed VI exits through the basement door of the palace where the Ottoman Dynasty had lived for 632 years, accompanied by 2 British officers. He carries a small suitcase in his hand. No one knows what was inside. There is no record in the archives that this suitcase was ever seen again. The vehicle heads toward Malta Pavilion, but it does not go there. It goes to the British naval base in Beylik. The battleship HMS Malaya is waiting there. The ship's logbook, page 176, has this note: 0455, 1 VIP passenger embarked, no name recorded. 1 VIP passenger boarded the ship. No name was recorded. 05:20 a.m. The sun has not yet risen. HMS Malaya silently sails out of the Bosporus. The Sultan is in the captain's cabin. In General Harington's personal notes it says, "His Majesty was calm. He did not look back." But in the memoir published in 1968 by the ship's second officer, Captain Peter Somerville, there was a far more striking detail. The Sultan watched Dolmabahce Palace through the cabin window for exactly 18 minutes. Then he closed the curtain and said, "There is nothing left anymore." November 16, 1922, Tuesday, 8 a.m. Ankara Grand National Assembly. Mustafa Kemal Pasha takes the podium in the morning session. He says the institution of the Caliphate and the Sultanate has become history. But while making the statement, he holds a telegram in his hand. The telegram came from Istanbul. Sender? The governor of Istanbul. Message? The Sultan has left the city. The ship has sailed. So did Ankara know that the Sultan was going to flee? Malta Island, November 18, 1922. HMS Malaya drops anchor at Malta. Sultan Mehmed VI is settled in San Anton Palace. But he stays there only for 3 months because the British government does not want him to remain in Malta. Why? In a secret Foreign Office memorandum dated 1923, there is this sentence: "His presence in Malta is a political liability." March 5, 1923. Mehmed VI is transferred from Malta to San Remo, Italy. He is accompanied by only 2 servants and that mysterious suitcase. May 15, 1926, Tuesday, 3:40 a.m., San Remo, Villa Magnolia. The last Sultan of the Ottoman Empire dies of a heart attack. His family is not with him. Only an Italian doctor and a nurse are present. He is 65 years old at the time of his death. His body is sent to Damascus. His grave is in the courtyard of the Taqiyya Mosque next to the Umayyad Mosque. On it there is only this inscription: Sultan Mehmed Vahideddin Khan, 1861–1926. But no one ever learned what that suitcase contained. How could the last sultan of a 600-year-old empire disappear so quietly within 48 hours? Why did the British remove him so quickly? And most importantly, what was in that suitcase that its trace was erased from all archives? In our next video, we will examine Mehmed VI's days on Malta and the secret files British intelligence kept on him. Because what happened in Malta is far darker than his escape from Istanbul. What do you think the Sultan was carrying in that suitcase? Treasure? Or documents of a secret agreement with the British? Let's meet in the comments.